It's Paul from High Tech Training. I'm going to show you a little bit about access control and door controllers and how they can be connected to a PC via USB connection and RS485 control for the door controllers themselves. So first of all, I'm going to show you a slide of how the connections should be made. So here on the left-hand side, we've got a PC or laptop. There's a USB card reader here. So this reader is used to connect on cards or fobs to program them in to the system, to add a user and so on, which does a little while. So over here then we have got all our door controllers on the right-hand side here, 3 door controllers. And onto them you can have readers or maybe keypads and locks and several other devices we'll see shortly. These are networked together via our S485 protocol using Cat5 cable. We need to use you need to put resistors at the very first unit and the very last one as well. We put in 2 120 ohm resistors in parallel, which gives us 60 ohms on either side. 2 resistors goes in either side. So this device here is the converter. So here we're showing you a computer using RS232 connection. But these door controllers use a different interface called RS485. So we use a converter to convert an interface from one to the other. Now, the one we're going to show you is going to be slightly different because we're actually using USB on the computer here. So you just plug this into any USB connection and it'll connect onto your Paxton software to talk to all of these devices here. Okay, so we'll just show you the various items. First of all, just going to show you the interface unit here, right? So just stop the screen share for a second and we go to a different camera now. Okay, and we just have a look at what we have. So here, this one. So this is our interface unit, right? So out here, we've got on the left-hand side here, we've got our USB connection, goes into a tiny little board here. And out of that, then you've got your Cat5 connection that goes on to your door controllers. So like it's going on here to this door controller here via this blue cable here, and you've got your Cat5 connections. You've got resistors here on this one. So I'm only using one controller. So this is my first and last controller. So I need to put resistors in here, and also the interface unit. I must put resistors in on this one as well. So both of the resistors are 120 ohms, so it's obviously important to know the color code now to test resistors and so on, be able to figure out if we got the right resistors. So you have one here goes between the orange and white, another between the green and the white and green. Here, any spare cables or earth cables or sheets or screens goes into this last termination here to get rid of any electrical noise. So here we got USB, which talks to the computer, and over here on this side then we've got the RS485, recommended standard 485, to talk to the door controller. So that's that unit there. Okay, so we're just going to the door controller for a minute. So first I'd like to show you the screen share again, just to make sure we all know where we are, right? So we just go back here. Right, so that's your interface unit here, and you go onto your door controllers, and they're all looped together there with your resistors in the first and the last here. So we're going to look at any one of these controllers here to see what happens. So it's used for opening doors, closing doors, and so on. Okay, and deciding who will be allowed access and who will not. Right, so let's see at our unit here. So we've got several bits and pieces here for you. And on the right hand side here, we've got a Maglock, right? We've got a Maglock, so that's powered on all the time. I just put a little LED here just to show you that it's powered on. I can open it here with the exit button, so you'll see the magnet here will jump up. Yes, comes up a little bit there. I've set this for, I think it's 8 seconds. This stay off for 8 seconds, and it should lock again then, right? So the power's on this. So this lock always has power on. It's a Maglock, okay? So that's that, right? Okay, so here's the actual door controller itself. Onto this, you can have readers or keypads. I've put on a reader and a keypad there, right? And I've interfaced these I call this reader 1, reader 2, right? Up here on the controller. So here we got a reader, reader 1 here, reader 2. And the reader is connected on here via this little connector here, right? So first of all, we've got an RJ45 connector coming in here. Then you got your colors, yellow, blue, green, orange, brown, purple, black, red, and so on. So you put the colors from your cable here. So the reader gets plugged in here, and you get your cable colors here, and you connect on here to reader 2 or reader 1, whichever one you're going to use. So normally we use reader 1 for going into the premises and reader 2 for going out. You can change it, but that's usually the way that it's done. And from that, then I've interfaced to say one of the readers here is going on to this connector here and going in all around via this piece of cable here, all around into reader 2. I've the same thing done for reader 1 and just not showing you the other connector here. And the cover goes off of this and just goes on top then to make it all nice and neat. Put a battery on here as well for backup power, but I've just picked a 4 amp hour battery there, but the size of this battery is determined by your Maglock and all the various items you've connected on and how long you want the battery to back up the system for. So just because I've got this size battery here, that does not mean that's the correct one. We have a separate lesson included in our course on the use of and the choosing of the particular battery size. So it's a bit of a big deal about batteries. AC supply here, 230 volts in Ireland going in, 50 hertz, and it's giving out 13.8 volts, 2 amps output here maximum from this power supply. AC and very dangerous here. Get your DC 12 volts out here, and we connect on then to the door controller 12 volts plus and 0 volts there just to power this up. Okay, so we've got our 2 readers going in. Got my old exit button here, as I say there. So you can just press that. It'll open the door first for 8 seconds. It's my standard door opening time, but you can change all that if you want in the software also. So just to reconfirm, then you got your 2 readers. This one is a reader, and this is a reader and a keypad built in together, all in the same item. Over here, you have your connection to the lock, and in series with the lock there, right? This particular type of lock here, you've got to assume that hopefully it'll never happen, but if all of this goes wrong here and the lock stays on, right, my exit button for whatever reason doesn't work or my readers and keypads don't work, I need to take the power off of this to open the door if there's an emergency. So to do that, I use a brake latch unit here. So my brake latch unit here, and this device here is wired directly in series with the Maglock here, right? So I got my in and out here that I can actually brake with this brake latch unit. We call it brake glass, even though this particular one doesn't have plastic brakes, right? It's a resettable device. Just a reset with this key here. Okay, but anyway, that's that for you. That goes in series with the Maglock. So the wiring for the lock here comes directly from this. So don't make the mistake of connecting this into here. This goes directly onto your Maglock, right? It's a big deal about that, getting that right, okay? Got a diode connected on here. Diode's used for back EMF. EMF is a high back voltage that comes from locks when they're switched off, right? That produces a high negative voltage that can damage all of this, thousands of volts. So whatever you do, put this diode on. This diode is an anode and cathode. You've got to be put in on the right way, or you could blow the fuse in the power supply here, right? Okay. So that's sort of most of it there. Resistors here all connected in there. So you've got stranded wires sometimes here and solid wires for the resistors. So you need to make sure that all your connections are good and solid and on properly. Okay, lock connection. You got the plus in the lock here, going out into your brake latch unit here, out of this, in here to plus here on your lock. Out the minus comes down this cable here, around there. Minus comes to here, so you're normally closed. And I put a link in here between normally closed and 0 volts to return back to my 0 volts to give the negative for my lock. There's my diode, back EMF diode between the plus and the minus there with cathode on the plus side. Got to be done the right way around. Okay, so hopefully the thing is working for me. So a few ways I can open the lock here. Well, I suppose I can press the brake latch unit, which you're not going to do because just got to reset it there, right? Well, just reset for fun. Press there, lock should open. There's your lock open, right? So to reset this then, I get my key, which you need to put in the right way around. You put it in there, click, that goes in, click, pull this down here, back up again, it goes, boom, and there you're reset again. Your lock is back on. Just again, take this off, take that guy down here, take this guy off. You should have done that first time. Put this back here. Lock should click back again. There's lock back on again, which is fairly cool, right? So these locks use a lot of power because they use power all the time the door is closed. They use the power the whole time, right? Okay, so I got my my keypads and readers here. So to get them to work, right? They should work via. Well, for reader, I can use a card or I can use a fob, right? Either one, same thing, just different, same item, just they look different. This you put in your keyring, this you put in your wallet or your pocket, okay? I'm going to use the fob here. The fob is a number allocated with it. So that's an ID number for this particular fob. So for reader, I use the keypad and reader for going into the premises and the reader for going out. We just do the out. So to enter the premises, I'm going to use this keypad and reader here together. So I'm going to come along with my fob first. Okay, so that's that. And my pin I'm using is 11111111, and that should open the door here for me, which it does. Stays open for the door open time, which is 8 seconds. Okay, you've got to mind yourself with these here. Don't put your finger between two items here, or you can hurt your finger a lot. Okay. So to exit the premises, then you just come along or my fob again, or it could be a card. The same using the fob here. Go to reader. We're going out, and there's my door open. The door open time is 8 seconds. Okay, so I'll just show you the Paxton software here if I can on the computer. So we'll just go to screen share for a minute. Go to screen share here. Okay, right, there we go. And I'm going to go to my Paxton here, right? Go to Paxton. It should open for me there in Net2 version 6. I'm just going to put in my password for this, the engineer password. System engineer, this should open up with the software here. Right, and we'll have a look here what's going on then. Okay, so I got several things in this here. The main thing is my doors, I suppose. I've got my doors. So the doors are actually your door controllers. So the door controller I'm using is Paul's security door. I call it here. This one. I'm clicking that. There's my door there, and I got my reader 1, reader 2. So reader 1 for going in, Paul's security door in, and reader 2 for going out, Paul's security door out. Okay, so for reader 1 in, I've got a Paxton reader, Paxton keypad, Paxton token. I'm using token plus pin. For going out, then I'm using Paxton reader, no keypad for out, Paxton token only, and token only for going out. So that's my setup there. Again, there's my door open time, 8 seconds. I can change that to say 6 seconds, go apply if I want to. For my users then, right, again, I'm just flying through this here. On the course, you'll go through this in great detail and actually do this all yourself practically, right? So user Paul there, there's myself there. Paul, just put a picture of, well, not quite me there, but someone else instead. And Paul there, so there's my valid from, valid to and never expires. I have access to all hours and all doors, right? There's me, my token. So my token number is 037936061. That's my token number. So if I want to, I just stop the share on this for a little while, right? So if I go to my tokens here, it's my token there. And you see that's the number of the token, right? But that token can also be identified or put in when you're setting up the system. It's typed into the software via your ordinary keyboard, or you can use a reader like this reader here, USB reader, to pick this up automatically for you as well, right? And say you can use a token, or you can use a card, whichever you want to do with the system there. So that's sort of more or less what we want to tell you there today. So just tell you a few bits and pieces about the Paxton system. Remember that Paxton is a secure system, and there's a big difference between secure and insecure, right? And all systems in general tend to look secure, but secure and insecure are different things. It's all to do with where data is stored and all that. So that's a big deal, and that's all covered on our course. So hopefully you found that of some interest. Okay, so thanks for attending. If you'd like to share the video, we would certainly appreciate that. So thank you very much.